All right, guys, you're at the Fish Blue Water channel, and we are at the fillet table. Was out yesterday afternoon, caught a nice sailfish from my son Riley's girlfriend Erin, and caught this one teenager king, which kings for me are not my favorite fish to eat unless they're going in a smoker for some fish dip. So that's what we're going to do with this bad boy today. I thought it might be cool to do a video, get this thing carved up, and just picked up a new electric smoker and going to give it a shot. So welcome to the Fish Blue Water channel, and today we're making some smoked kingfish dip. A couple of nice big fillets off of this guy right here. Just gonna come get right above the backbone there, just like that. Stay right above the rib cage. There we go. Now this, guys, is going to be my first time. Actually, we're going to save that for the bait fish. Ooh, look at all. So this is a king here, guys, that's full of fish roe. So she is a female that you could tell she was pretty fat, but she hadn't rode out, hadn't laid her eggs yet. But that is some great bait for my bait fish as well. What I was saying is I've actually never smoked, believe it or not, a kingfish myself. So this is gonna be, if this is a first for you, it's gonna be a first for me as well. And we'll just do some learning together. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the bone and the bloodline out right here, and everything else is gonna stay on for the smoker. Although if you really wanted to, I'm gonna say that you could probably leave those bones right in, and then coming out of the smoker as well, you could just pull the meat right away from the bones. But we're gonna take them out. I'm just gonna section this off. We're gonna bag this up. There you have it, guys. One king headed inside. Next step, we're gonna get in the kitchen and get a little brine on this fish. Let's do it. All right, so we're approaching that time, guys. About the 2-hour time frame that the kingfish has been soaking in that brine. So gonna get the smoker fired up pretty here right now. Actually wanted to show you what we got going. So this is actually my second time using this smoker. It's master built. Actually picked it up at Bass Pro. They're a great partner of ours, support our tournaments, so I certainly like to share the love when and where I can. And just going to show you what we got going on here. So inside, this is actually an electric smoker, so pretty easy to use. This little tray here, I got my wood chips, and that's going with the wood chips that I had, which is bourbon flavor. They actually say on the back of the bag, they don't check the box for fish, but I like bourbon, so I'm rolling with it. You're gonna slide that right up in there. Then we got our little water tray right here as well. And to make sure that the fish, when we put it in the actual smoker, doesn't stick, I just got some spray olive oil. We're going to hit that like that. Nice and easy. Nothing fancy. And we're going to do that for all the trays. Not sure which trays are going to get the fish just yet, but why not? It can't hurt. We are ready to fire this baby up. Wood chips are in. Water pan is in. She's closed up. I'm going to turn her on. And 220 to 230 I think is about where we want to be with our temperature. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this bad boy up to about 230 degrees. Set it there. On this Masterbuilt, you just hit the temperature again. And now we're ready for our timer. For now, I'm just going to set it at 4 hours because it's we got the red light. We're ready to go. But we're going to end up smoking these kingfish fillets for about 2.5 to 3 hours at 220 to 230 degrees. And then we're ready to go back in the kitchen after that and make a little magic. All right, guys, it's go time. Look at that. Some delicious, well, they're going to be delicious. We got to do a lot of things to make kingfish taste good in my book. But smoked, this fish tip action we're going to put together, it's all good. Look at that. Oh, the aroma coming out of there is magnificent. So we're going to take these fillets, we're going to slide them right in. You have to add a little water later. Put my thicker fillets down towards the bottom. Not sure if that really matters a whole lot. Just a little seasoning on that one. There we go. Close the lid on that. She's set at 230 degrees for 2.5 hours. Occasionally we'll check and see if we need to add some more wood chips to the tray at the bottom. Check our water level periodically. And continue to enjoy a delicious ice cold land shark lager. All right, guys, so we are back inside in the Fish Blue Water kitchen, and fish is looking righteous out there in the smoker. We're about an hour in. We started at 210 degrees. After the first hour, I brought it up to 220 degrees. We're going to leave it there for another hour, and then for the final hour, about 230 degrees. Should be spot on when we take it out of there and ready to just kind of let it rest for a little bit before we start making the final bits of magic. In the meantime, I've got a few things that I need to prepare that are going to be going into the fish dip once we get the fish out of the smoker. First, I thought I would show you this little brine that we've got going here and just a little bit of information on what's in there. Started out with just about 1.5 quarts of water. And I love some Italian dressing. So we put some Italian dressing in there as well for part of the brine. I took a lemon and squeezed some fresh juice from a whole lemon in there. Added about a half of a cup of brown sugar, along with just you know, a few splashes, I guess I would say, of some soy sauce, a little sprinkle of some salt as well. And then on top of that, before I put the fish in the brine, I hit it with a little olive oil and some of this Paul Prud'homme's black and red fish seasoning. Probably sprinkle a little bit more, and we sprinkled a little bit more of that on as well when it came out of the brine to go into the smoker. So that's it for the brine. As I said before, I haven't done this before, so this is my first time, even though it is going to be the world's best fish dip. But I've been told anywhere from 5-6 hours on up to 24 hours on a brine prior going into the smoker. I didn't have 24 hours, so the kingfish that we're smoking now sat in there for about 5 hours today, and it's now in the smoker. So next up, I'm going to show you a couple of the ingredients that we're getting ready to run through the food processor. All right, so a couple of fresh veggies here, guys. I've got a little bit of jalapeno pepper because I happen to like a little bit of heat in my life myself. What I am going to do is I'm going to take the centers out of the peppers just to get most of the seeds out of there, because that's where the heat comes from, and focus a little bit more on just the flavor of the jalapeno pepper. And then we'll run that through the food processor to get it nice and finely chopped. I've also got a couple of shallots here, small onions. Could also go with a red onion if you wanted. I actually happen to really like shallots, so again, that's why I'm going that route. There you have it, some finely chopped. To me, fresh is everything, if you can do it. Fresh fish, fresh ingredients, whether it's, your vegetables, obviously even your herbs, your parsley, your cilantro. And as I'm saying that, I do have some pre-chopped parsley and cilantro, only because it was already in the refrigerator and ready to go. But this is still, they say garden fresh. I picked it up at Publix, so I think it should still be. Ooh, I can smell those shallots. I have everything pretty much else prepped and ready. We'll go through some of the other ingredients once we get that fish out of the smoker, which is about an hour and a half from now. So we'll see you back here in the kitchen in just a bit. All right, it's that time. 3 hours is up, as indicated on the clock here on the timer. And one of the cool things about this Masterbuilt, this is only the second time I've used it, but so we brought it up to 230 degrees temperature over a 3 hour period. And once we hit 3 hours, it's now not holding that temperature at 230, so you don't overcook it. You can already see the internal temperature of the smoker is coming down. We're under 200 degrees now, so I think it should be done. Open her up and take a look. It looks mighty fine, if I do say so myself. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it is looking very, very, I can tell you just as it looks like it's on the money. So now, I'm going to power this bad boy down. We are headed inside to the kitchen. I'm quickly, because I'm on borrowed time here. Actually have somewhere to be tonight with my family. I'm gonna shove this into the freezer for just a few minutes to try and bring the temperature down, cool it off a little bit faster. And we're gonna get in the kitchen real quickly after that. We're gonna take this right off the skin. And then we're gonna start mixing it up in the bowl. I'm gonna show you all the ingredients, as well as the secret ingredient that makes this the world's best smoked fish tip, guarantee. All right, so here we are. Voila! About what started out as probably about a 13 to 15 pound kingfish. Filleted her up, brined her, seasoned her, put her in the smoker for about 3 hours between 210 and 230 degrees. Gave her a quick deep freeze in the freezer to bring the temperature down when she came out. And now we are ready to turn this in to some fish dip. So first things first, you can see here, I mean, it just falls apart in your hands. This is one of the fish that came out of the smoker and the grill. The skin stayed behind. Leave a little bit of that bloodline. There's still a little bloodline there. Leave that out of there. All I'm going to do right now is I'm just kind of using my fingers. You can see how, I mean, it's perfect. Just nice and moist. I mean, I think we nailed it there, guys. How perfectly done and moist this fish is. It's just fantastic. So stand by. I'm going to wash my hands. And then we're going to mince this up a little bit more, get it finely tuned. I'm going to show you the ingredients that we've got going into this fish dip and the secret sauce that makes this the world's best fish dip. All right. So we got all the smoked kingfish pretty well minced up. Just used nothing more than a simple fork to, it was, basically so moist and kind of easy to break down that the fork was all we used there. All right, next ingredient up, garlic. I mean, everything tastes better with a little garlic in it. That's what I had left in there, which was maybe about, I don't know, 1/8 of the garlic. I'm just eyeballing it. I think it needs a little more than what I saw there. Start with that. And if we need to go back, we will. Then I'm going to take this lemon that we have here. Give it a little cut. Squeeze some fresh lemon juice in there. Horseradish. Love a little zing. Worcestershire. Our fresh chopped jalapeno. Start with about 2 heaping spoonfuls of that. Move over to our shallots. Go a little bit more on that side. 3 on those guys, see where we end up. Oh, that's the cilantro. This is parsley. Bang! Bang. Bang. Boom. All right, so we got our jalapeno in there. We got some garlic in there. We got some horseradish in there. We got a little parsley. We got a little cilantro. We got some shallots. Next up, we're going to get some of this texture from little whipped cream cheese. And then, of course, mayonnaise. You can do a combo of the whipped cream cheese and the mayonnaise if you like one versus the other. You can go all of one, a little heavier on one. I tend to lean more towards the mayo. So we're going to start there. 3 big globs. We're going to start working this into the fish dip. And again, the amount of mayonnaise that you use or whipped cream cheese really is a personal decision based on like the texture of your fish dip, how you like it. Let's do a little taste test here. And let's see where we're at. Where'd my spoon go? Oh yeah. Just that little adjustment and just a little bit of that extra Worcestershire, a little extra garlic, and even go one more round on the cilantro because again, as you can tell, I love cilantro. I don't want it to overpower it, but I definitely want to really taste the flavor of that cilantro coming through in the mix. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready, but here we go. Onion and peach pepper sauce from Peach Valley Cafe. This stuff is like liquid crack. It tastes good on everything. You can only get it at Peach Valley Cafe in Gainesville, Florida, which is no surprise because everything great comes from Gainesville, Florida, especially the University of Florida and the Gators. So we're going to get in here with this Peach Valley onion and pepper salsa. And we are going to just, oh my God, yeah. Oh, it is just heaven on earth and absolutely delicious. Now my man behind the camera, the producer of all producers, Mr. Josiel Morales. He is, I would classify him as a smoked fish dip connoisseur. And I have told him this is going to blow his mind. When this video is done, I'm actually going to get his opinion. I'm going to drop it in the description just so you can know whether or not he approved of this one-of-a-kind, world's best smoked fish dip. He's sampled a lot of fish dip in his life. Now, let's see where we're at and whether I feel like it needs just a little more of that or not. Magic. Absolute perfection. Wash it down with a nice cold glass of Joss Sauvignon Blanc. And you have, you're welcome. We have just taken you through all of the steps, guys, to make the world's best smoked fish dip. Ingredients will be down below. The super secret magic ingredient, the onion and peach pepper sauce is where you can get it. Will be down below. And there's more videos like this in the gallery below. Hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you for the next Fish Blue Water video.